Hi everyone, welcome to my craft room. So I'm not in here very often. This is basically just like where I keep all of my supplies. This is kind of where I can sit in here and I guess some people think it's like a mini craft store the way that I have it all like organized, but that's just me. It just makes things easier to find if I'm looking for a specific ribbon color or a specific sign or a specific color deco mesh. I know right where it's at. And believe it or not, I know where everything is in this room, even though I put it together. I mean, it's been a work in progress for like the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. We keep revising it. We keep coming up with different ways to organize and utilize the space. And how big do you think this craft room is? Like a 10 by 12?
It's 11 by 12, I believe.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay, so your average size extra spare guest room. So what most people do is they don't utilize the upper space, the upper wall space. Everything is like, whether you are recycling a dresser or a bookshelf or something like that to hold your supplies in, you kind of miss out on the opportunities to take advantage of your space a little bit more efficiently. And so this is what I've done. This is my work in progress over 4 years. I love it. I could pretty much take all this stuff and put it in a storage unit except for the ribbon wall. But the ribbon wall is the thing that I love. This is my everyday ribbon. And I haven't taken, these are all 50-yard rolls or 100-yard rolls of ribbon. And right now what's being displayed is everyday colors or things you could use every day. There's a whole nother row completely behind it and stacked just as tall, and that's all the holiday ribbon. So it's everything that's Christmas, winter, Halloween on 50 and 100-yard spools. So that will get shifted. Everything from the front will go to the back. Everything from the back will come to the front. And then this stays year-round. This is year-round ribbon. These are all the year-round colors. And then I have on the opposite wall, which I'll show you later, is my seasonal, but I haven't quite swapped out the seasonal yet. I just have Halloween on there. I need to, it happened last year. We could do one whole rack of just Halloween and then 2 full racks of fall. And then I have to wait until we're done with all the fall and Halloween, and then we swap out everything and it's just pure Christmas from then on in. So I will give you a short mini tour. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. What these are is, how long do you think these are? 16, 20 feet? 12 feet? 14 feet?
No, they're probably only, believe it or not, 7 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like thinking if I lay down on the ground, yeah, maybe. So they're just basically
8 feet.
shelves. So instead of like using them like this up here, flat, which is exactly what you'll find at your home improvement centers, I flipped it upside down. Steve built it on an angle so that the ribbons are like they would be at a craft store. So the way that I have them stacked, it should hold between this row, and I think this row, it should hold 440 rolls of ribbon, but we've subsequently added another roll, and you can see that I'm kind of stacking on the back, utilizing that extra space on top to kind of tuck more ribbon in there. So these are super simple to make. Everyone always like overcomplicates the thing. They're like, how do you do it? And it's like, all it is closet shelves upside down, kind of mounted at an angle. And I believe a lot of the home improvement stores have it to where it's kind of like a shoe rack mount. So it's kind of at an angle, but the problem is that the shoe rack mount is not as long. It's about half as wide. So you kind of have to rig it a little bit in order to give it stability. Now, the first time we did it, it lasted for a while, and then one of the racks actually collapsed due to the weight. And so we were looking at that going, okay, looking at the structural integrity of what we had at the time, which is a lot of zip ties and a lot of screws kind of holding everything together. We're like, we have to come up with a more efficient way to really be able to support the weight on the wall. So everything is anchored into studs.
I bought extra brackets and cut the brackets, so now the hangers are actually hanging on the brackets instead of zip ties.
Right. So that's pretty much it for this. The tubs that you see underneath are like the incoming ribbon that I'm getting in. So this tub right here is filled with everyday ribbon, which can't find a home up here, so it's just kind of backlogging underneath. Then we have fall, and then everything in the last tub is Christmas that I'm getting in for the year. So I just kind of take signs and the ribbon, sometimes if I don't have room for a mesh, I might tuck a roll of mesh in there. But right now what's happening is, like, as I'm getting orders in from Craft Outlet or Personally Yours or any one of our vendors, if I'm ordering a sign, I'll tuck it in the fall bin on the floor so that I know when I'm ready to pull out a fall sign, I don't have to go out to the garage and pull down the entire bin that's labeled fall. I can just grab something simple that's really easy to do here. Question?
Nope.
Okay.
I was going to pan up so they could see.
Oh, how high it goes?
You got extra space up top.
Yeah,
so.
it goes pretty tall, and so you just don't want to mount your racks. They really need to go into studs to hold the amount of weight that's in here. And one of these days I will actually like count how many rolls of ribbon I have on here. I don't know right now, but it was 450 if I wasn't double stacking. Like you can see, I'm kind of double stacking certain particular colors. And then the extra space that's left at the very, very top, I'm just utilizing that for storage for like the angel tree toppers, the monster Halloween, and then it goes all the way around the top, and they're just flush to the wall because it's climate controlled. We're a non-smoking home. It's a great way to display the wreaths, and it just fills that extra space that you can't use any other way. In the closet is more closet organizers. So now Steve's going to do that. So he'll kind of pan this way. Mm-hmm. So what this is these are all the open rolls of Deco Mesh. So you know how sometimes we look at the Deco Mesh rolls and we come up short. It's like 19 pieces, there's not 20. What I'll do is I'll actually look and see if I have an open roll. I'll start with the open roll first, go through the open roll, and hopefully start to slim this down. A lot of them are just colors that I may have used once, and there's still so much on the roll, it's like pointless just to toss it. So this is my leftover stash. The easiest way to store these so that they lay nice is keep the bags. Like when you open the bag, keep the label, and then they just slide in on top of themselves, and then you don't have to worry about it getting all hung up on each other. Pipe cleaners by color. There's more pipe cleaners in here, so as these get used up, I just grab one from here and recycle. I have lights, I have greenery, I have zip ties, I have plastic tablecloths. Here's my toolbox you see me pull out all the time. I have packing tape, because you always need plenty of packing tape. There's all these different embellishment baskets, which you can get from the Dollar Tree. I have this one, just has fake apples, fake oranges, fake lemons in it. This one houses all my fake speckled eggs, witch hat forms, which will be coming up for this year. Business cards, my square. There's peat moss up there. Sunflower centers. Here's my Probo. And see why I'm saying that everything I like in my craft room has to be square or rectangular, because it stacks nicely. What else?
Did you already say your scatters and fillers are down?
Yeah, all my scatters and fillers are here, based on color. And then I have like a tub full of embellishments, just random things I'll pick up. Like I'll walk into Cracker Barrel and you see something that might be a cute embellishment. It just gets tossed in, an embellishment tub. I have buckets for floral arrangements. So we have fall, we have Christmas. And then on the other side, on the very, very top, these are all my little 5.5 inch rolls. So a lot of you are asking, what can we do with the 5.5 inch rolls? These are perfect for any of the shaped forms, like the candy canes, witch hats, things along those nature, things that you want to keep small and tight to the form. I have them in every single color, so we'll be using these, especially during Christmas and Halloween. Raffia, seashells, more scatters and fillers, deco mesh tubing. This whole box right here is filled with pip berries of every single color you can think of. I'm trying to think of what else is in the bottom. I think that's kits like gingerbread girl kits, snowman kits, turkey kits, ghost kits. They're all at the very bottom so that I know where it all is, kind of. Let's see.
I'll move over here.
Steve's gonna kind of spin you around. Where am I going?
That way.
That way? Okay, we're gonna take you to the other side. So you're gonna come to the other side, and I'm gonna go over here. So you're putting it there, right?
Yep.
Here, I'll give you your Mevo device. Okay, this is my seasonal ribbon wall. It's a lot shorter. This is probably only what, 4 feet, I think.
I think it's about 5 feet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so seasonal. So this is all Halloween. Down at the bottom is beach. Then I started to incorporate a little bit of the green, and then just like random stuff like the health care, dog paw print, coffee. They're kind of like specialty. At the very top is like the stuffed hens, the heart-shaped styrofoam foam forms. Here's the one that we did that's kind of sitting up there with other round forms. I have Unique in the Crate boards. I have rails. I have everything that is like flat, what do you call it? Wreath forms at the very, very top. So I can just grab them and pull them down. You could make them to where they would fold flat, but it's just easier to kind of make it to where you can just kind of tuck them up there and stack them. Inside the drawer is, let me think. Try to think. More flex tubing, scatters and fillers. My glue gun is in here. In this drawer is like the miniature ribbon, like the 7/8. It's a whole drawer full of these so I can see what all I have. So these are perfect for like the angel tree toppers or things that we're doing that need smaller ribbon too. And here is all pipe cleaners, every color you can think of. That's kind of like my overstock. This is more flex tubing, so it's all like kind of color coordinated. I think the bottom is the same. Yep, more flex tubing. So Kat needs to use the flex tubing so it can go. This entire drawer at the bottom is all signs. So just random signs, the wood signs. Let's see what else.
And then I can pan over here so
Oh, okay.
you can see all that.
So now he's going to take you to this side. So you went from that corner to this side, and now you're going to come over here where I was when we started, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to move that over there. Okay. See, everything is like, make the best use of space, right? So on the very top is all my florals. Again, Dollar Tree baskets. You can just load them. This is greenery, this is fall, and then everything here is all red, like it's a red base deco mesh. Down here is white and tan. Below that is beach signs, fall signs, everyday signs. At the very, very bottom is Christmas ornaments, embellishments, wood boards if I want to make my own signs. This is, what do you call it, the light box. So a lot of things that I can get that are folded and condensed. These are
Bicycle rims.
my bicycle rims. So we have one for fall and one for Christmas we'll be doing. On the pegboards are all my Dollar Tree forms, staple gun, tape gun. Over here is like all the oddball things, like smaller wreath forms like the 8-inch, the 10-inch, more 14. Here's the candy cane, the cross, the infinity, more flex tubing. I'm trying to think what else. There's grapevines there. There's floral hoops there. More of that. And then on this side, I don't think you can see that right.
It's okay, I can turn it.
He's gonna turn it so you guys can see this side. So this is all blue deco mesh. So they're stacked this way, and then anything that's overage. So when you see them stacked in front, that's because I don't have any more room to stack them laying down with the ends open. Same thing here. This is all green. Down here is brown, purple, and black. And then at the very, very bottom is pink, coral, and orange. So, and then here, our cats needed their space. So they still have their cat space. And then underneath this is all more seasonal ribbon that should get put on the wall, but it's Halloween, more Halloween. This is Wreath of the Month kits, miniatures. Then we have witch hats, and then we have everyday ribbon, and I think that's it. So, what questions do you guys have? So
all of these storage racks have wood bases. So on the you can easily so it's all wood. So you can just stack them on. It's not metal. It's wood.
What, this?
No, on the inside.
Well, this one's metal.
That one is metal, but the other one is wood. But you can just still stack them right on top. Yep.
Yeah. So that, I think we were originally supposed to take that and this, and we tried to find one for this height. Because when I first started this, everything was counter height. Mm-hmm. So that I had a counter that went all the way across, and then I was like, I can't fit everything. Look at all the wasted space. We tried to do pegboards up against the wall, but again, wasted space. So if we took the deco mesh racks and made them taller and then used the top to store floral, then it's super simple for me to come in and go, okay, do I have black deco mesh? Do I have blue? You know, what am I short on? I can come in really quickly and evaluate. Or like you guys see me when we're doing our lives, is I'll tell Steve, hey, go in the craft room, open up the closet, go grab the red, white, and blue scatters and fillers. He knows right where everything is.
Yeah, for the most part. But you can see, so Deborah asked a good question is, we've got pegboards on the sides of the racks to keep them from falling out. And then the wall on the other side keeps it obviously from falling out as well.
The wall in the back, the wall in the end. So yeah, the tall, what are these, like?
6 foot tall.
Yeah, 6 foot tall. So, and then it's solid on there. This one's open, but it'll still house the baskets for all the florals. Mm-hmm. Same thing here. Nothing falls through. Nothing filters through. Pegboards, just because we're like you were saying, how do you keep your deco mesh from rolling out? We installed the pegboard, and then the pegboard allowed us to be able to utilize the space here and the space here to house, you know, your quick grab things like your staple gun, your tape gun, pine cones. You could hang all your scatters and fillers if they were still in the bags here. But now we've kind of consolidated and tried to keep it somewhat confined. And then remember, this is kind of like my everyday stuff. So the pictures that I was sharing in the group earlier are what ends up happening as the seasons changed. Like all these bins that are Halloween, fall, those all get replaced. They go out to the garage. And then what will come in behind them is Christmas. So Christmas will all fill in here. I have a ton of Christmas ribbon. So this will all get switched out to where it's all Christmas ribbon out of the tubs. And then we will start to bring in winter, Mardi Gras, Valentine's Day, and then spring. So things are constantly being switched out so that these will replace something that's in the garage. Something in the garage comes back in here to replace something that is more seasonal. And we try to do it per quarter. But then with Halloween, fall, and Christmas, winter, you kind of have to go a little bit early. You have to start them earlier.
And she's got more pegboard in between where the ribbon is in the racks to house her Dollar Tree frames and everything else.
So I kept telling Steve, it's like we kept taking every available wall space, and I'm like, can we add pegboards there? Can we add pegboards here? He's like, what are you going to put on the pegboard? I'm like, we can always find something to fill it with, but it's nice to be able to say, hey, I know right where this is, or I can go switch this out. Like the stuff you don't see in here are witch legs and the 3D pumpkin frames, and the witch hats are somewhat here, and then there's some still in the closet.
I think he's getting his 15 minutes of fame.
You're getting your 15 minutes of fame. This is the cat who never bugs. He just stays in here. This is his home. So yeah. What else? Yeah, everything. Like I said, when I'm buying things, I always think, where's it going to go? So it's either going to fit in a tub or some sort of rectangular device. A lot of the stuff that I'll buy, like light boxes or cameras or lighting, it all has to fold down. It all has to be flat. It all has to be somewhere where I can tuck it in a space so that it's not wasting space. Like this old dresser's being recycled to hold the supplies, but right now it holds the glue skillet. It also holds the glass cutting board and the soldering iron. And I think that's all that's under there. But yeah, what questions do you guys have? So this is 4 years of collecting. So I don't expect you guys to go, oh my God, wait till my husband sees like you're a crafter. This is 4 years of like consolidating, working with designs, and coming up with a better way, because I only have one room and then some space in the garage, and that's pretty much it as far as craft supplies go. And so you have to make the best use of the space that you have. So if you have a room that is like 11 by 12, you can utilize it and take up all your space. You can add these really nice, what were these, like garage organizers originally, like garage shelves?
Yeah, I call them like power shelves because they're able to hold a lot of weight.
Right.
So yeah, they're normally for garage shelving.
Not that they're a lot of weight on here because they're just holding deco mesh rolls, but it's organizing. It's keeping it, color coordinated, and it allows me to see, oh, hey, I need some royal blue. I have a ton of metallic teal blue, but not so much the royal blue.
And gals, I'll do a quick video after this. They want to know how the brackets go up.
Everyone wants to know.
So I'll do a quick video. I'll show you underneath how they work on the brackets and the angles and how I did everything. And then, Deborah, as far as the pegboard, you just get a 1 inch by 2 inch piece of wood.
Screw it to the wall.
You screw it to the wall.
So who's going to show you on this
I've got
one?
like right here.
So yeah, this is all the chocolate transfer. So it's just, there's a piece of wood back here.
Yeah, there's a little piece of 1 inch by 2 inch wood. You screw that into the wall, and then you just screw your pegboard onto the wood.
And then just add whatever you want.
Whatever dimensions you want. Yep.
So yeah, that's all my Chocateur stuff. So it was sitting in a giant box on the floor, constantly like wasn't able to sort through it. So now I can see exactly what I need for a transfer, pull that off if I need to wing it and make a sign as a last minute, custom order. So, and then everything, like I said, it has its own unique space. So that's why I can walk right in here and I know exactly where everything is. So yeah, and you guys might get super creative on the whole how you mount your shelves. This is just what worked for us. We just went and got your simple, like for the longest time they were all straight, like all of the shelves, they were all straight. They were just flipped right, the regular right side, the regular brackets that you buy when you're going to install an organizer in your closet. And then I was like, ooh, what if we flipped them upside down and angled them so that they look like the displays that you get at like Hobby Lobby? Yeah. Everything's on that weird kind of slope.
Yeah, they're just closet organizer shelves.
Yep, just flipped upside down. So you can see here's the brackets. So the brackets are supporting the weight. So they're just...
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, you cut some of them initially to create that first
Initially, yeah.
The initial one, and then these ones just support the front part of the shelf from not falling or collapsing on top of the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, what do you guys think? Hopefully this helps you guys with your organizing. I love the ribbon wall idea. I had done...
I'd turn off that light. It just, there you go.
Okay,
That's
so
better.
I had done the ones that you can get in Amazon that you see everybody else has. They're just racks and racks of rolls. But it's such a waste of space because all you can put on them is one roll of ribbon flushed up against the wall. And yeah, you have a ton of them, but they're very unstable. We've had 2 or 3 of them come collapsing down. So even though you zip tie them and you super glue them and all that other stuff, I'm like, there's got to be a better way. And so, yeah, this has been featured on, what is it, Southern Charm Wreaths.
Mm-hmm.
Julie Samaco liked what I did, and so she shared it with her group. And so, yeah, it's fun to have something. And if all you have is this, it's very, very functional, and you just switch it out as the seasons change. So I just take all these, throw them in a tub, box them up, pull the next thing out, put fall up here, and then take fall out when we're finished with our last fall wreath. And then if somebody orders something custom, I know right where the tub of fall ribbon is or Halloween ribbon, and I can go and pull those supplies.
Right. And one of the last questions was, all of the florals that are up high, they're all just in Dollar Tree bins.
Yep.
And all you have to do is just pull, you can just pull one of the big bins off.
Yeah.
We pull it down and she'll go through it and then we'll put it back up.
Yeah. They're actually probably more stuffed than they should be. Or you could use the Dollar Tree trash baskets. So you just pick them up and pull them down, and then everything just kind of gets, it just keeps expanding and keeps on growing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, again, those are everyday florals. All the Christmas stuff still is in boxes and tubs, and we haven't pulled that out and swapped that out. And I don't think we do. We just kind of work with the greenery that we have in the garage.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Any other questions you guys have?
That's about it.
I've been sharing other pictures, like obviously this is all 10-inch deco mesh. The 6.5 is up in the closet. I only have like 2 tubs full of the 6.5 inch, but basically like one of every color. And then the 21 inch is in the pictures I shared earlier. They're kind of on their own shelf, and I think I only have 3 shelves full of different color 21 inch. And then everything else is holiday embellishments and tubs.
Deborah, the pegboard that's on the side of the shelving units, it's simply just zip tied right between the pegboard right to the side of the shelving units.
Yeah, if you look, you have this, how it's like open, so you can decide where your shelf height will be. So on this side, you have the other half of that bracket. It's like a little L bracket.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so all we did is just took zip ties and went inside this hole, like here and here, and just zip tied it to the front. And that was it. It was simple. So,
I just cut 2 separate pieces, one for the lower half and one for the upper half, and that was it.
Yeah. I think it goes all the way down.
It is. It's 2 pieces, but it goes all the way down.
Yeah, even though we're not utilizing that. But
right.
Hi, Mickey. So he's like, my time for fame is over and done with. So yeah, the whole goal is if you buy something, you have to have a place to put it. Because if not, then it just becomes constant orders coming in.
Yeah.
You don't know what you have. I do have a small like overflow section of like most of the ribbon that's in here that's everyday has a spare roll, and that's in our linen closet. So I know that what I have here is like one. If I need another one, like if I go to grab, say, this roll of ribbon, I have a place that I can go to find its spare or backup. Mm-hmm. So I know I always have one because we don't pull from the overstock unless, we have a space for it here.
Right. And
then you would just order that or see if it's available and order it.
Yep.
So.
And then the picks and sprays, obviously the picks, she doesn't arrange really by color.
No,
she just arranges.
Kind of like thrown in
there.
there.
They're just kind of put in there. She could arrange it by season probably, but they're just thrown in there right now.
It's too hard because you get people who just want like you know, I guess like Sue says, you could do red, white, and blue. And I think that's what we're slowly starting to do with like our spring florals. Like when we had the tulips, there's no tulips in here. So the tulips are all in their own giant tub, so that, and the same thing with the foam flowers. Those aren't up there either. So those are just like leftover things that we have remaining.
Her overflow is the garage, and that's where she stores all of her 21-inch and all her extra bins of
the seasonal
tubs and everything else.
But we try to limit it. Like there's only one Valentine's Day tub. There's only, I think there's 2 patriotic, like 1 Mardi Gras. I'm trying to think.
There's like 2 or 3 Christmas.
1 St. Patrick's Day. So when you're buying stuff or shopping for ribbon and then you're done with it for the season, the signs, the ribbon, and all of your embellishments all go in the same tub. So if you had to make a last minute one, I know exactly where. Walk out in the garage, grab the St. Patrick's Day tub, pull it down. And the only thing that isn't in there is the colored mesh. But like all the ribbons, all the signs, all the embellishments, they're all in their seasonal tub. It just makes it so much easier to do that with.
Yep.
But that's it. Okay. So yeah, looking at that going, I have to switch out the ribbons, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done, when we take all of the everyday and put it behind that, and then you bring the other ribbon forward. It just makes for such a super simple process.
Yep.
But cool. Okay.
I'll do another video right after this and show them
how to make
the organizer shelves. I'll show them the brackets.
Okay.
I'll show them the zip ties a little bit closer up on the pegboard.
Like these.
And I'll show them how to do the pegboard on the wall. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So do you guys have any other questions? The goal is you don't keep it. You're supposed to just make it and then list it and hopefully sell it. And then as you use your ribbon, like once this starts getting low, you just grab your SKU number, you go ahead and order. And then when you're ordering one, you go through and you make sure, like I'm starting to keep a list now of like what I'm running low on, so that when I place an order to Craft Outlet, you know how it is. You're buying this and then you forget to buy 2 or 3 other things, like maybe mesh you were out of or something else. So it's to help you get to that $69 or $89 free, I don't know, total to qualify for free shipping. Mm-hmm. So, okay. So I'm working on the design for Friday. I had it in my head and now for the life of me, I forgot what it was. So I'm trying to think. I have to go back and look at my book. So going to the doctor's tomorrow, hopefully we'll have answers for what the heck's going on so I can put my life back to normal. Because mentally you're fine. It's the physical part of you that is just like limited on what you can physically do. So I just thought I'd give you guys an option, because now we're getting into our busy season and you're starting to buy more stuff. Pick up your tubs. I think I get mine at Walmart because they're probably about the best price for about $8. I get them clear so that you can see them. And then when I stack my ribbon, I put all the duplicates in the center so that everything on the outside of the ribbon, you can kind of just turn it around and look, and all the duplicates are in the middle. So you don't have to pull everything out. Okay. Okay. All right, everyone. I will talk to you on Friday. I'll keep you posted as to what's going on. But hopefully see you on Friday at 5. Talk to you guys later. Bye.